everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two for Two, your sports podcast for the culture by the voices of the culture. I'm your host, Keith. I'm here as always with my brother Nell. We back on the pod today. Got another great episode for you guys, man. It's Two for Two, season 3, episode 87. Let's get it. Nelly, my brother, was good.
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Good to be seen. I stole that from you.
I see.
I
like that.
I had never heard that. I like that.
Yes, sir.
I do use it.
Glad I can give you some new lingo. I try.
Yeah, man. Very appreciative of that, brother, man. Been a good week. You know what time it is.
For some.
You're right. It has been a tough week, but it's okay. Let's talk about it, man. The NCAA tournament has wrapped up. Just like that, man. On the men's side, the Florida Gators, national champions. On the women's side, the UConn Huskies, national champions. If I'm not mistaken, that was what you picked.
I said the winner of UCLA UConn would win the championship. I thought UCLA would win, but boy, that was a shocker. UConn pretty much just put belt to ass to whoever was left standing after beating USC. It's kind of crazy. USC without Juju gave them the most competition out of those 3 teams. But yeah, I figured the winner of UCLA UConn would win the championship. I told you I was all in on Paige once Juju went down. So glad she could stamp her legacy in her career with a national championship.
Hey man, it was needed. It would have felt wrong to to see another UConn star like that come through and not get one, right? It seems like all the greats, they got one, and Paige got hers. Auntie Dawn was snapping. Oh my God, my allergies are tripping.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But Auntie Dawn was tripping on the sideline over there, and that hurt to see. Especially I was high on South Carolina. I thought they'd get another one. But yeah, man, shout out to UConn. On the men's side, Florida. A lot of people, said that Florida was probably the most complete team in college basketball all season. But I don't think out of all the 1 seeds, I think a lot of people were leaning Duke to win, and obviously that didn't happen. I think a lot of people were, going for Auburn. That didn't happen, and Florida outlast Houston. In a tough one, especially, man. I got to talk about the final play, right? I feel like you have an opportunity to win a game, tie the game at least, right? It's a 2-point game at this point. LJ Cry is your guy. He's been your star the entire tournament, the entire season. And I think Coach Sampson, he just did a little bit too much, right? I think you just get it in, clear it out, and either, set a ball screen like you like to do, or just let your guy go to work and get a shot at him. I think they did a lot of action to get the shot that they got, and then they didn't even get a shot off. You know what I'm saying? Guy pump fakes, jumps off his feet because he wanted to shoot it, but wasn't ready to shoot it.
At that point, you got to shoot it. If you're going to shoot it, yeah.
Yeah, he had made up in his mind he was shooting it. Cool, okay, we said in the huddle, that we going for the win. That's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. If that's your decision as a coach, as a team, go for the win. But if that's a decision, that's a decision. You know what I'm saying? So, tough for that young man. That moment, that would be something that will stick with him for a long time. But the Florida Gators, man, Coach Todd Golden got him one. I think his name's Todd Golden. I might have messed up the first name. But, Big Walt over there got going, right?
Always coming through clutch.
Right around 4 minutes, I text y'all. I said it's Big Walt time. It felt right. They got enough, man. So, Florida Gators are the champions, brother. It's tough.
Yeah, glad it was them and not Houston. But shout out to Houston too. I mean, that team plays extremely hard. Not as talented offensively, not the most talented offensive team in this tournament, but they play extremely hard defensively, and it's always a battle with them. But gotta give it up to Florida throughout this entire tournament. The resilience that they show, that was something. But the resilience that they show throughout this tournament, big comebacks in the second half, big time shot making, to be able to overcome that and win a championship says a lot about them. Like I said, Big Walt had another big second half. It's been a lot of debate about his draft stock after this March
Yeah, somebody
Madness
said
tournament.
top 3.
Don't know about all that, but certainly think he could, make an impact for a team.
Where do you see him going? You shut that down quick. I think it was
I
like
could,
It was on Jay Williams' show or something.
yeah. No, he could be a solid guard in the league for sure. You never know. I mean, these guys that play big in big moments like this and show you the kind of game that they got. I mean, nobody thought Jalen Brunson would be what he became.
Why didn't they?
Come on, yeah, stop.
Jalen Brunson was a 5-star point guard. You know how good you got to be a 5-star at 6
Again,
feet?
size, 4 years, like
He did it the right
that's just.
way.
But I'm saying like that's kind of you can see more players coming out of college and kind of having that success staying 4 years. Whereas I mean, like, come on, yo, like it's all about the one. It's been all about the one and dones.
I knew about Jalen Brunson.
No, you didn't, yo. Shut up.
What do you mean?
You thought he
National
would be.
Player of the Year.
So you thought he would be this coming out of college?
If you got the opportunity,
You gonna have to pull up some proof or something for me, some screenshots, something. You gotta give me something.
prove that.
Yeah, something.
I'll work on it. I don't
Where
know
was he
something.
drafted? Where was he drafted?
Oh.
Exactly.
That-
You don't even know.
I don't know.
It didn't matter. It
I
wasn't lottery.
I didn't say
Exactly.
I didn't say I was. Like,
Yo.
I'm just saying.
Regardless,
No, my point is like
regardless,
those guys are always good. We've seen it, and that's to your point. Like,
and what I'm
like,
telling you is
most guys don't get
most
that chance.
Most NBA scouts don't see it. They already label them as this because of size, because 4-year starter, whatever. They're looking for the one and done, the super
That's
athletics. I'm just saying, like, I could see Walter Clayton being one of those guys. Maybe not I'm saying as good as Brunson, but like he could be a talented NBA guard.
He can. I mean, I agree with you.
That's all.
Trying to disrespect my point guard.
Trying to act like people thought Brunson was going to be some top 10 guard coming out of college.
I'm just saying the guy was a 5-star point guard out of high school. He was a starter all through college, a champion, National Player of the Year.
And NBA scouts still didn't care that much.
Because the scouts are stupid.
All right, then. That's all I was saying, yo. That maybe they see stories like that and they
Clayton,
smarten up.
Clayton, though, was a 0-star recruit that made his way to this. So it's like, that's why I'm saying I mean, no, for sure. I like him. He can come play for the Knicks. That's fine.
We got enough great guards on the Sixers.
Quentin Grimes is not coming back, by the way.
He is.
Why would he do that?
I believe he can match any, I think.
But right, you just said all those great guards. Y'all, where's the space for him? What you gonna play? Him, Maxey, and McCain together?
Why not? Maxey, McCain, Grimes, Coop, Embiid.
It's that time of the year.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad, yo. Is it bad though? Maybe we do a signing trade and get something back for him.
I mean, maybe that'd be smart.
But I think he comes back. He ain't getting them 40 pieces anywhere else.
That's true. He tried to cook my Knicks, but y'all
keep cooking where you at.
I feel it, but
you know the guys you next year.
You know guys don't do that. You know guys don't do that. You know guys don't do that.
I like our chances.
We'll see. Let's stay on the NBA side. We're not gonna talk about the Sixers. We're gonna let y'all die in peace this shit. That's cool.
Oh, man. Die on the way to the number 1 pick.
I don't think y'all are getting it either. But today,
I'll take top 5. That's all I need.
Who would you want?
Trey Johnson.
Okay. Him and Maxey just gonna do the same thing.
We'll see.
He's bigger, but he can hoop.
I mean, hey, if he gonna get 26 a game like Maxey, shit.
All right. Y'all gonna be like the high-profile Wizards.
We'll see about that. Honestly, though, if not, I don't know who else to take, honestly. I'm kind of out on Ace Bailey, though. I feel like probably can't pass up on him, but like...
He messed up that day.
Yeah. I might just be like still a little bitter over that.
Yeah, I get that. That's okay.
I like Dylan Harper, but...
No.
Don't need another one. I like him.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Walter Clayton.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. We'll see, man. Man, we had some shocking news today, though. The Denver Nuggets fired Mike Malone right before the playoffs. We saw a couple weeks back, Memphis fired Taylor Jenkins. Both teams in the playoff race, firmly in the playoffs, less than 10 games ago. At this point, less than 5 games ago. What's up with this, man? What's going on?
Yeah, I really don't understand it. I've been trying to think about this since I heard about the news, and it's just really confusing. Like, the Grizzlies one was whatever, kind of didn't put too much thought into that, even though it kind of was a shocker this late into the season. But I mean, like, what kind of message are these organizations like sending to the team? I mean, I'm sure coaches like this late in the season like aren't going to switch up anything because you got a week or two
Why
left.
would you?
Like, how can
Yeah.
you implement new game plans? So I don't understand the benefit of, even if you thought the team wasn't making a run this year, there's a week left in the season. You could have waited till after. You could have waited just a week or two to make this decision. So it's just kind of strange. You pretty much, I mean, it's pretty much a distract. Like, one, it's a distraction. Um, don't know what that does for any team going into the playoffs. Like, it's just a huge shakeup when you're supposed to be as focused as possible, going into the playoffs, trying to make a deep run. And especially in the Nuggets case, I still think, obviously, defensively, they were awful, but I still think because of Jokic's greatness that you could have made a deep run. And Jamal Murray's been in and out the lineup. He's missed the last however many games. Aaron Gordon's been in and out the lineup. Michael Porter Jr. So for the Nuggets case, it's like just really shocking and just kind of makes no sense. But yeah, I mean, we've seen great coaches get fired all the time. I mean, we've seen coaches win Coach of the Year and still get fired. Difference is you at least wait until after the season and grant them the ability to finish out the year. But I'm just kind of dumbfounded by these moves right now, and I don't know what these owners really think they're doing by making this move. Like at this point in the season, like what I don't understand what they expect to happen.
Yeah, it's something really weird going on at this point. I mean, just this year, we also had Jesus Christ. I literally just had his name and I forgot. Mike Brown with the Kings. Another shock firing, right? Like a team that at that time as well, they're still in the plan, right? But like they're firmly halfway through the season,
They
everything's all
were
right,
they were a bit underwhelming.
right?
I
But
can say.
it's just like
I mean, at least that one I don't remember when that was. That was like a while ago, but at least
that was
like
yeah early, right around the All Star break, well the trade deadline at least. But it's just like not to say this is the same magnitude, but it's just to speak to the fact that these coaches are just, hey, you come to work next day, boom, you're gone. Like in the middle of the season, it's kind of unprecedented. And then to be Mike Malone,
this is something you do to Brett Brown and Doc
yeah,
Rivers.
like to people that are like legitimately not doing anything, there are coaches on teams and shit that look horrible, and they're still coaching to the end of the season, right? Like you're like you said, no, your team is gearing up for the playoffs. You're in playoff mode right now. If you're playing, you're playing. Like every game matters, and then you just fire your guy. Like it's got to be something going on, right? But like, what is it? Him and the general manager as well.
Yeah, general
That
manager
like
got
like
cut
what's going
through.
like what's going on?
Apparently, Malone and Booth both have been like kind of going back and forth on personnel, and obviously defense has been an issue. But like, so the Malone firing just makes zero sense. Like, he was the
Yeah.
fourth longest tenured coach. Like, brought them a championship. Like I said, you got guys in and out of the lineup. Obviously, most of that is mainly because of Jokic's greatness, but I mean, he deserved a ton of credit for that too. And I know they had issues over roster construction, and I mean, you win a championship, you don't retain Bruce Brown, and you lose KCP, and you're wondering why your defense stinks. Like, I mean, this is the roster you put together, and that
Yeah.
seems more like a GM's problem than the
Hmm.
coach's problem. I can understand if you want to get rid of the general manager, but not really understanding Mike Malone's involvement in all of this. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of stories come out.
Yeah, I hope we hear something. I haven't heard anything about Taylor Jenkins yet. Did they say anything other
I
than
haven't seen
the Ja
anything.
report? I think I saw it was some crazy report saying like Ja didn't like the offense or something, but like that could just been somebody just talking. So I didn't hear anything concrete. So I don't know, man. I'd be shocked if it was just for purely owner woke up one day and was like, "Hey, see ya." Like I don't know. That's crazy, man. So we'll see how both of those teams fare in the playoffs. I mean, the Grizzlies have looked okay, but I mean, also like this is
I don't think this
days.
bodes well for either of them going into the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah. It's days before for the Nuggets. Wow, and this is a team too that could still compete. Like at full strength, like you have Jokic, you have the best player in the league.
They still have a chance to have home court
You know
advantage
what I'm saying? Like
in the
what?
first round. So
Nutty, crazy decision.
and they've struggled of late, but this just seemed like the ultimate panic move, and just really can't see. I definitely had the Nuggets penciled in as a team like that could make a deep run. Like I could see them easily upsetting OKC or the Lakers or Golden State. Like, Jokic is a tough guy to deal with for a 7-game
Yeah.
series. So I mean, if they got Jamal Murray back, and obviously it was going to be a lot for him to come back healthy, and like I said, defensively they're still not very good, so that was going to be an issue. But uh, still
You
got them
never know.
top
You
3 or
never
4
know.
in the West, and now you got this big shakeup a week before the playoffs. Just don't see it. Don't see it working out for either team. They'll
No,
probably be first round exits.
it's gonna be something. Let's check in on this playoffs though, man. I mean, the East is pretty much wrapped up, right? I mean,
Shout out to my
Cav.
Pistons making the playoffs.
I give you credit.
Someone told me I was
All right,
crazy
all
for
right.
thinking they could have a solid year. But I
Hey,
guess they saw the Toronto Raptors,
hey, they got
and
right. Hey, they got right
let's
there.
see how that season went.
They were right outside of the play-in, man, right there. Raptors had a lot of injuries, bro. Scotty Barnes played like 20 games. RJ barely playing.
Pistons not even in the play, and they are already in the
I give you credit.
playoffs.
I give you credit, bro. You were right. You were right.
Told you they got some adults in the room, and I told you that boy Cade was coming.
Guess who they get to play? The
Hey,
Knicks. See ya.
it's that could
Sweet.
go.
Sweet.
Stop it, yo.
Sweet.
Pistons in 6,
Don't
maybe
get on here and
7.
start. Don't get on here and start
It's
wilding.
possible, yo.
Bro, you hate watching
No, I hate
already.
watching. Who's guarding Cade?
Mikal Bridges.
All right, Pistons in 5. Who's guarding Tobias?
You might put
You
Brunson
know
on
what's
that.
crazy is because he the type to go out there and average like 20 against y'all
Hey, that'd be wild.
after averaging 7 points last year.
Yo,
He would do something like that. I
that
will
would be
be
sick.
pissed. I will be
So
pissed.
you rooting for Tobias Harris to win the playoff series? Come on, bro.
Yeah, I guess you're
You
right.
can't hate me that much.
I can definitely hate both of y'all that much.
We're not even on that, man. The East is basically wrapped up. Like I said, it could be some movement between the Bucks and the Pistons, but it's all but wrapped up. The West side of things is where we alluded to it, in previous pods, but it's getting really crazy, right? The 3 through 8 race is gross. You know what I'm saying? So Phoenix is out here on the outside looking in at this point. They're all but cooked.
Yeah, they're done.
So
2 and
how
14
you?
without KD this year.
Yeah,
Don't know if he coming
nice.
back with that ankle. Good luck.
Probably not. Probably not. So how do you see this shaking up, man? Like flat out at this point, we got what? 3 games left, essentially. 4 games, 3 or 4 games for most teams. Western Conference right now, we got as it stands today. Lakers are at 3. Oh wait, Thunder at 1, Houston at 2, Lakers at 3, Denver 4, Clippers 5, Golden State 6, Minnesota 7, Memphis 8, Sacramento 9, and Dallas is 10. Now, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all tied.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
And 4 just fired their coach. A half game back, 1.5 games back of third.
Yes,
How you
tough.
see this one going, man? How you see it?
I have no clue. I would love to see the Warriors get up to 5. Actually, ooh, yeah. Warriors at 5, Lakers at 3. That
You don't
way,
want to know. You don't want them to play the first round.
yeah, I want them to play
But
in the
can they?
Western
They can meet in the
Conference
West Conference
Finals.
Finals. Yeah, they may know.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
But see, them just like Brian got this tendency of like when you really want a playoff matchup, like he'll fold the round before. Like he just got like a tendency for that. Like 2000, what was that? 9, Orlando folded. We supposed to get LeBron versus Kobe. So like I don't want him to fold against OKC. Well, no,
Against who?
OKC. I don't want him to fold. Well, actually,
Oh well.
they
I
wouldn't
mean,
play
if
OKC. They would play
you don't want to,
Houston.
that's not a fun matchup for them.
So now I gotta hope the
Unfortunately,
Warriors don't fold against OKC. So that's a solid matchup. That's a matchup they can take.
nobody want to see Kawhi and the Clippers right now. That's what I'm saying.
I do agree with that. That is a big sleeper
They've been
team.
playing really well on the low.
I think the West is going to be a lot of 6, 7 game series. Honestly, whoever gets the 7th seed, I mean, if you're Minnesota or the Clippers, I mean, if you get Houston at round 1, it's not bad. It's not
Could be
bad.
worse. It's not gonna be fun though. Houston,
It's
hey,
gonna be a tough out for sure.
Ime Udoka was too horny and sold the bag. But listen, that brother can coach, and that team, those stars they starting to bud, man. Jalen Green's coming into his own. Shangoon
They
is
are
special. They got Evil Twin.
they are
You don't want to
certainly
play Evil
taking
Twin.
after their head coach.
What that mean?
Not on the court. On the court, not off the court. Not off the court. On the court.
My bad. My bad. I was just checking.
But yeah, if Kawhi is healthy and can play an entire series, James Harden looks
Pack it
pretty
up.
solid this year. You know,
Zubac.
they are a top 5 defense. I've been a big fan of his this year. His development. I mean, he won't win it, but like he should definitely be a contender for most improved. I mean, they actually go to him in the post now, and you know he's
Yeah,
got his
he
little hook
eats.
shot, the push
He
shot, like
eats.
what he does defensively. Him and Harden in the pick and roll. He's like a viable option down there in the post for them, and obviously if Kawhi is healthy, we know what he's capable of. So definitely a scary team there, but I'm hoping the matchups can be Houston Clippers would be a interesting one. That would be a good one.
So
Harden and
you think
Houston,
you think the Clippers are gonna get all the way to have a playing game?
probably not, but a man can
About to
dream.
say. About to
So
say
I'd like
they got
Houston.
Rockets, Kings, Warriors.
Yeah, that Warriors Clippers game is gonna be huge. Yeah, so it's a lot of crazy matchups. I saw the scenarios of who has the tiebreakers over who and all of those. Too much for my brain to remember right now, but
I was gonna say if you pull that out, that's crazy.
it would be interesting. I think Lakers stay at 3.
Yeah, I think
Denver
they're probably
drops to
solid.
5.
Going to say 4?
Give me Golden State 4.
Come on, man. Clippers gonna. I don't know.
T Wolves 6. Clippers 7. That's just me
Yikes.
matchup hunting, but it'll probably be Clippers 6. T Wolves 7.
Okay.
Lakers Clippers first round. Ooh, yeah, that's tough. That would be tough.
Boy,
The
the
playoff
boys don't
series
want to
we've
see
been waiting
Kawhi.
for, but no PG and no AD.
Sick. It's gonna get the NBA is getting nasty. It's gonna be some.
The West
It's gonna be some
is
crazy.
it's gonna be a lot of narratives
You
and
gonna have to stay. You gonna have
a
to
lot of
stay
these
up.
matchups.
You're gonna be up at 10:30.
I don't
You're gonna have to
I don't
find a
have
way.
to. I don't have
You
to
gotta
though.
find a way.
I can always rewatch the entire game in the
You're
morning.
right. You're right. You wake up. You're up watching the game before we're up to talk to you about it again. So you're
Yeah.
really back on time. I just don't know how you avoid the
I just don't
chats
I just like
before.
don't pick my phone up. Well, I'll be asleep. I wake up, I just turn my TV on, stay off my phone.
You're better man than me.
I know what group messages is talking about the game, so it's easy to navigate. It's just hopefully the first message I see isn't like, oh, he folded or something like that. Man, when I woke up and I saw can't believe Duke folded, like I woke up like, man, it feels good to be in the national championship again. Yo, that ruined my day, dog.
You thought y'all won?
I fell asleep at 64, 67. And I don't know why. I just like woke up like they won. Like it's just no way. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'd rather
That
wake up to it than to watch that live because I don't think I would have been able to sleep that night.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. I feel for you, brother.
Win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
That's right. Y'all bounce back next year. Try again. Cooper Flag returns to school, and y'all try it again.
Only if we get like the number 5 pick.
Yeah, whoever gets one, if it's like
Unless it's us.
if it's like Washington, you just need to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go back.
Nah, Washington be cool. We could pop out to a couple games.
I mean, we could to watch them, but like that's just one of those franchises, man. It's just not in them to really be competitive. It's not gonna happen. Even
You
like
never know until it happens.
they had the competitive year when they had like what Russ and Bill, and then
But was that competitive?
I mean, they tried. Like they played a playoff. They had a playoff series or playing game. Was it playoff?
Yeah.
Playing?
Yeah, playoffs against us, Sixers.
Yeah, like
got them boys out of here.
That season they've had in what 30 years?
All right, that's all right. I don't know about 30. Let's just not like forget they had Gilbert Arenas. They had John Wall and Bradley Beal.
You're right. I lied.
Almost made Eastern Conference Finals.
Purposely, bro. Dang.
Yeah.
Relax.
My bad.
But yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, either way, he's not going back to Duke. Let's be serious. We know he's not. So
yeah.
It's been a fun time.
He should because he owes me, but that's cool.
Some people claim he's the greatest one and done ever or something like that. I was like, guys, let's stop. But oh well, man. We were talking about the Western Conference. The two teams at the top, OKC and Houston, are they legit, bro? We talked about all these other teams under them that like matchup hunting, whatever. But should it? I mean, OKC, they've been number one all year. Houston, they've been pretty locked in at 2 all year. But are we legitimately taking them to make a run?
I can see OKC making a deep run. I mean, Shea's having an incredible year. They've got a ton of shooters: Joe, Wiggins, Chet, Caruso, Hartenstein coming in. Like, yeah, Wallace. Like they're a deep team. They're deep. Bunch of guys that can score, shoot, do different things. They play both sides. They got some size now with Hartenstein being there. I mean, they got all the tools. They do have all the tools to get there. It's just X factor would be like who's going to be that number 2 guy next to Shea come postseason time.
Say that, man. It's J-Dub.
I understand it should be J-Dub, but will it be? Like, will he like be a solidified number 2 throughout this playoff run, or will it be Chet? Whoever, it has to be one of them two, if not both of them. So, I mean, I just have to see it first. They're still, I mean, Shea at this point has been in the league a good amount of time, and he's in his prime. But the rest of that team's, really young. So we'll see. Like I think if they run into the Lakers or Golden State, I think they can be had, honestly. But I have more faith in them making a deep run than Houston. Houston's definitely still too young. I mean, they're one of those teams. If they get swept in the first round, I think you'll still look at this season as a success moving forward for this team. So, in the playoffs, game slows down. They're great defensively. That kind of fuels their offense. They get out and run when they can get stops and run. They're a scary team, and obviously their physicality, best rebounding team in the league. But like there isn't like one stat that they're top 10 in offensively, other than I think it was free throw attempts, and then guess who's the worst free throw shooting team in the league? The Houston Rockets. So that'll certainly, stuff like that'll come back to to bite you in the playoffs. Every possession is crucial. You've got a couple guys that won at a high level, and Van Fleet, but uh, also they don't shoot the ball well enough, I think, to really make a deep run. So I think, like I said, I think if they somehow face the Clippers in round one, I'd favor them. Even if they played Minnesota, like I would low key, like I think that's more of a definitely a toss up, but I could see Minnesota winning that. I don't think they can beat any Denver, Lakers, Golden State in a 7-game series.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think I like OKC's potential to make a run because of Shea, right? I mean, we know how special he is, how he can take over games, um, and they are really deep as well. I think it'll be tough because I think the depth will be tested at the playoff level, right? We talking about proving it. A lot of those guys, frankly, like you said, they haven't been there. I want to see Isaiah Joe in a playoff series, Aaron Wiggins in a playoff series, Kassan Wallace, when it's like, hey, you're getting 7 games of the best Steph Curry you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? It's the heightened expectation. Not to say that they can't
And they
overcome them,
just and they just lost by 20 plus to the Lakers.
and then I was gonna say in that game it didn't look good either. Like it looked like Shea trying to play hero ball, and it was just him out there playing by himself, which is something that they're susceptible to doing. And imagining the emotions and the highs and lows of a playoff series. I mean, I'm not saying that they can't, because I think they can make a run for sure. But like you said, the matchups will be important, and the supporting cast will be important. Houston as well. You know, they're a tough team. They're one of those teams that, frankly, they are really talented. Like I said, I love Jalen Green. I love, how Şengün has been kind of, becoming a really good player as well. Those are 2 guys that are going to be all stars for you, right? You got Jabari Smith that comes off the bench now. That's a top 3 pick that comes off the bench. Dylan Brooks, he's kind of your vet, right? Like he's kind of your emotional leader, that tough guy for you. So like they have all the pieces, right? They have all the pieces, but I think they ultimately have to make a decision at point guard, right? Like, is Fred VanVleet going to be the point guard for you to take you to new heights?
Don't forget
Probably
the
not.
athletic freak of Amen Thompson.
Armin Thompson, yeah, no. I mean, he's he's going to be a great guy, like a great piece down the line. He's great now, but like we talking the playoffs, like you said, if you got to go play a Kawhi and James Harden and Zubac, I think I'm probably taking them in 5. Genuinely, you know what I'm saying? If you got to play Jokic, even with no coach, it's gonna be tough just because it's like, hey, you gotta have some guys, you gotta be able to, like you said, they don't shoot the ball well at all. A lot of they're very freakishly athletic. They play fast. They play hard, and that's how you get to a 2 seed in the NBA. That's 82 games where the really good teams with the older guys are sitting guys every night, but you got 19, 20, 21, 22 year olds. I'm good, coach. Let's go. Like you're gonna win a lot of games, especially when you're as well coached and they play as hard as they do, and they have guys that can fill it up. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Green can get 40 on any given night, and he's gotten way more consistent, and he'll get way better and better. But for now, it's just tough. It's tough to think they're in a tough spot. I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if they win a playoff series. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're making a deep run into like we're not going to
I think
see
Minnesota is like the
OKC.
only team they can beat.
Yeah, and that's
Any
just
any other team? I'm trying to think. And Memphis, if Memphis got that
maybe.
7th spot,
Yeah, maybe.
those are only 2 teams I can see them beating. But if they
Yeah,
if they matched up, that like they're one team that's they've kind of gotten on a hot stretch lately, and that bodes well for them because they're a team that really needed home court going into the postseason if they wanted to make any kind of noise. If they were anywhere other than 2, automatic first round exit.
yeah. See you later. See you later. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll see what they do, man. They, both teams are, hats off to them this season. They played well. OKC, like I said, has potential. Shea Scary with all the supporting cast. So, hey, we're around. We're almost to the best time of the year, man. We just
Play-ins
got out of March.
next Thursday,
Hey,
I think.
March Madness. You get a week or 2 off. Boom. right to the NBA playoffs. Like you said, the play-in next week. So that'll be fun to see. What do we think about my Knicks, bro? We fully healthy. We take on the Celtics. I told you that already. Fully healthy for the first time. We talked about it before we got on here.
I better not lose by 30 again.
We won't. We got OG, Kawhi, Anunoby out in full force now. Cat is doing what he do. Brunson back. Mikal Bridges found his jump shot. Josh Hart, triple-double master. All-time leader, triple-double guy in Knicks history in a season. Like, come on. Most triple-doubles in a season in Knicks history. Shout out to Josh Hart. Are we a legit threat, bro? Can you tell the people that you think we can go to ECF? Even though you started off the pod talking that Piston stuff. Come on. Tell them that was a joke.
It was a joke saying, yo, we're going to the Pistons in 6. But the fact that I can see the series with the Pistons going 6 or 7 is just why I can't take the Knicks as a true serious threat.
Why do you see it going 6 or 7?
I don't know.
That's hate. That's hate.
It definitely is a little bit of hate. But I also
ingrained.
like the Pistons.
When the last time you watched the Pistons game?
Ironically, last night.
Did they play y'all?
No, they were playing, I want to say New Orleans. I could be wrong. I fell asleep. It was a close game in the fourth quarter, so I turned it on. I didn't watch the whole game. Close game on, I tap in. There was nothing else on at the time, yo. Like, what do you want from me? I wasn't watching the Sixers. That wasn't happening.
Focusing on they were in a close game late in the fourth with the Pelicans.
All right, it's a regular season.
Oh.
That's cool.
So what makes you think they're going to beat my Knicks?
It's just a hunch, man. It's just a hunch. Right. I didn't say they were going to beat the Knicks. I just said, like, I can see it going 6 or 7. Like, it'll be a tough series. That's all. But as far as the Knicks concerned, I don't know. It's just, unfortunately, you have to play Boston in the second round. So why would I think you have a chance of making the conference finals when every time you play Boston this year, they have been up by 30 by halftime, it feels like. Or at some point.
You're killing me.
I don't mean to take away all your joy.
No, you did.
Brunson is back, so I mean that helps. Certainly helps. I mean, OG was acting crazy. Who was the
Suni Lee?
Yeah, I mean, if you can have her for all the home games and he can play like that.
He been doing that since Brunson been out. Y'all ain't been watching. He averaged like 27 in the last 7.
He didn't do that.
He didn't do the 360, but he's been going nuts, though.
Nobody said he was playing bad, but he wasn't acting like that. He was acting crazy.
Let some milk be courtside. I bet you do it.
That's what I said. You're going to need him there for all 3 home games. And, I mean, probably going to have to be there on the road. Need 1.
OG laying it down. She be there.
All right. You're going to need that and some. Even that, it might not be enough to beat Boston.
You'll see tonight. Tonight you're going to see what it's going to be. We're fully healthy. We got everybody back. All hands on deck. Finally, you can see the true Knicks. We waited this long to show y'all the show.
I just feel like they just going to eat Cat up in that pick and roll.
I hope everybody plays tonight for them. I need to get to that, actually.
Just don't think it's not a good matchup. I mean, the Celtics are probably repeating as champions. So, I mean, it's not a knock that you'll lose to them in the second round. In my opinion.
It's not. It's not a knock. I don't take it as a knock. I just want us to shock the world.
Now, I would have gave y'all like a slight chance to beat the Cavs.
That's fluke, man. Y'all don't fall for that.
It might be. It honestly might be. But I don't know. The way they spanked y'all that one game, I'm just like, they might be like that. They weren't going to beat Boston. But I'm like, they might be like that. They could even beat the Knicks.
We weren't fully healthy the last time I'm saying it. So we'll see, man. The hate is going too deep. So
what do you think about the Knicks? Can I get a non-biased opinion?
I have to see how they look at full strength. I think on paper they match up well against any of those teams in the Eastern Conference. I think they've struggled to play against them.
Oh, so when it's not on paper, they struggle. Right. Interesting. And what are the games played on? Paper or on the court?
That was a good one. Can you stop, bro?
My bad.
But they haven't put it all together yet. But I don't think that's a true testament to the Knicks' ability. I think we do. I think we have what all of those teams have, and I think we can win. I don't see why they can't. And if we beat Boston in the second round, that just makes it even easier because the Cavs will mess around and lose before then, and we'll probably play the Pacers again. And then now you're mad because you're watching us play in the finals. You got to deal with me.
I don't think I'll ever have to deal with that.
If
So
OG,
thank
if
God.
OG, what I want to see is I want to see OG and Mikal Bridges maintain the level of play they have had with Jalen Brunson on the floor, which is I think makes us more than capable of beating Boston and more than capable of beating Cleveland. I think we've had some struggles bringing that out of them, but I said when Jalen Brunson went down, this was an opportunity for the Knicks supporting cast to kind of identify themselves, right? Figure out who they are, what they can do. I think OG's confidence is at an all-time high. Mikal Bridges' confidence is high. I think Tibbs has maybe seen some ways he can use those guys, maybe how he hasn't. Now, if he can't figure it out, there's a new coach that was just fired today that was an assistant for the Knicks. His father coached for the Knicks. And did I mention he doesn't have a job anymore? His name is Mike Malone. So when we lose, if Tibbs on that bullshit, Mike Malone will be my coach, and I'll be content.
Sorry, he's already a Sixer.
Unfortunately, y'all have a coach. Y'all are firing that guy.
Sure about
Maybe
that?
next time. Doesn't matter. It's not about y'all. But no, genuinely, I do think the Knicks can make a run. I think we can. Like, I see us as threats. Why not? We beat the top teams in the West, and nobody talks about it. They're like, "Oh, y'all just can't beat the Celtics and the Cavs." Like
I
we
mean,
beat the.
those are the teams you kind of got to beat to get to
I
where you
mean,
want to get to.
come on,
So
man. They're not gonna beat us 20 times or whatever. Like they're not gonna. No,
they might. They just might. They just might.
that's crazy.
All
Let's be real.
right.
Let's be real. We lace our sneaks up just like them. We ready.
Okay.
We ready for whoever.
And y'all lose and they win.
Knicks and foe.
All right.
But hey, you done ragging on my team?
I got nothing else, man.
Absolutely. That's gonna do it for us today, man. On this episode of 2 for 2. That's season 3, episode 87. We hope y'all enjoyed it. We appreciate all the love. Continue to show the love everywhere that you're looking for us, man. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, uh, Instagram pages popping. We're all there. Keep showing love. We're gonna keep putting out content. Shout out to my brother Nell as always. Always a good time. That's gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
Peace and Nell. 2 for 2. We out.